Good afternoon. I appreciate your sitting there and still going along with all of this wonderful information and sharing. I'm Gloria Valencia Weber, and I'm a member of the LSC's Board of Directors. And it's my pleasure today to introduce our next speaker, Melanie Andrews. And Melanie, you can come up here. And in some ways, Melanie represents what a previous speaker, House Representative Mary Scanlon, said, that we have to somehow attract and interest young people to be engaged in making real access to justice, not just ideas, but making it live in the life of human beings. Now, Melanie Andrews is a member of the Seminole Nation in Oklahoma, and she, like every member of a federally recognized tribe, is a member of 3 sovereign states: the USA, the state in which her tribe resides, and the tribal sovereignty of the Seminole Nation, of which she is a member and has returned after her education. She began her education at Eastern College University in Oklahoma, and she has a bachelor's in legal studies and a minor in Native American studies that led to her work as a child advocate. And then she began working in several ways with legal services. One, she is a board member with Oklahoma Indian Legal Services, one of our prime providers exclusively funded for services to Native Americans. And Melanie now works as a juvenile case manager with the Seminole Nation Tribal Court. And in talking to her about her work, she told me that a prime area of work is with at-risk juveniles, and juveniles in hard points in their life who need help, possibly as individuals and with their families. And they follow what is not unusual at all among the indigenous nations, the indigenous culture of within the United States, that you have, in this instance, juvenile healing that happens through the justice program and how it works. And so she works with juveniles and their families and with something called the Cree Oaks Family Functioning Therapy Service that does not ask families and individuals to make long treks across wide open spaces, but comes to a small community, Wowoka, which you probably have never heard of, but is a small town, and they come from Tulsa, from this therapy agency, to work with the people involved in the justice system of the Seminole Nation to sort out what has to be done. And Melanie is here today to share her own story about her past and how she is working to bring justice to others. Thank you, Melanie.
Can I stay up here? Thank you, Gloria, and hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today. I'd like to start by sharing a little bit about myself. I'm a mother of 4 girls and 1 boy, ages 16 and 21. I'm about to be a grandmother in September, which I'm really excited about. Like Gloria said, I do have a bachelor's in legal studies and a minor in Native American studies. I am a member of the Seminole Nation and have been working with the Seminole Nation for since 2021, first as a child advocate and now as a juvenile case manager. When I first came to Legal Aid, I was actually a student at East Central University. The head of the Legal Studies Department, Christine Pappas, had gotten me a work study job in the legal clinic that ran out of our university by Oklahoma Indian Legal Services. or what we refer to as oils. There, I helped my supervisor and attorney, Nikki Lindsay, draft expungements and wills, and I did legal research for expungement cases. During this work, made me realize how legal aid could help improve my life. You see, I had a criminal record. My record included a DUS, which is driving under suspension. I also had speeding tickets and a DUI. This affected my life, especially because the DUI was a felony. I know it was going to be hard to get a job with a felony on my record. I never had thought about expunging my record, didn't even know I could. Then one day while I was helping Nikki in the legal clinic, I came across a case that changed my life. The client literally had the same charges that I had on my record. I watched as Nikki was able to help this client, and then I approached her about my own case. She told me I should fill out an application. Nikki was the absolute best with working with me. I was able to get my record expunged. I have a great job, which I love. I actually now sit on the board of directors for Oils as a client representative. I am so grateful that my record didn't hold me back. My experience in my life, including my time with Oils, have made me realize how important it is always to ask for help, because you never know until you try. This is an important lesson for us all to teach our youth as well. So many of our young people are struggling to make connections for them, and helping them see where their resources are. There are support systems, there is help, and that can change their lives. It did for me. As I mentioned earlier, I am a case manager for the Juvenile Healing to Wellness program in Seminole Nation Tribal Court. I'm also an interim program coordinator, so as Gloria stated earlier, we are helping our at-risk youth, not just our own tribe, but any tribal members that's within our community. With the McGirt ruling that just recently happened, in 2020, I think it was, McGirt ruling happened and our caseload has jumped. When I first started with the Seminole Nation Tribal Court, we only had 4 employees. Now we have 20. So I think that speaks for itself on how many more cases we got, just because our jurisdiction as a sovereign nation has been reestablished to us. But before I end my remarks, I just want to thank Oils for all they have done for me. Because of their help, I am able to help others. I love working with the youth in my community, and I thank God for putting the right people in my path to help me with my criminal case. Thank you.